All right, good evening. If it's Friday, it's LNAW. It's a cloudy Friday here in downtown Albuquerque. As you can see behind me, it's been raining the last couple of days. I think we got a crazy amount of sunny days per year, 330 days or something like that. And maybe probably the most, or at least one of the cities with the most sunny days in the country. But it has been raining the last couple of days. But as I say, we need the rain, so I guess that's a good thing. But this should clear up pretty quickly. I was kind of digging, there's not a lot of new stuff. It's kind of the old stuff. And I really, after long, we don't have the brain power to go into this. There's this Congressman George Santos guy, and then there's more cases on Trump than what I discussed last week. But, I was already rambling last week and talking about that Trump verdict in that civil case. And now I really didn't want to go into any of that stuff today. So I had to kind of dig what's kind of new or unique or something different. And I saw this. Suspect tries to switch seats with dog. So a DUI suspect tries to switch seats with dog. Now, I know everybody, Jay Nair, if he's a judge, reasonable doubt all day long. Nobody's ever going to be found guilty if Jay Nair is a judge. This is unreasonable. This is unreasonable. On planet Earth, a dog cannot drive a vehicle. Okay? It can't happen. Okay? I believe several years ago there was a Saturday Night Live skit. I think there was a cat, Toonsis the driving cat. And they had a little jingle. Toonsis the driving cat. Doesn't happen. It was fiction. It was entertainment. A cat cannot drive a vehicle, nor can a dog. Okay, this guy's essentially saying. So, I mean, if he switched, even if he was, I don't know if he did this when he was pulled over on the side of the road or what was going on, but I guess he had to have been probably pulled over, and now he's going to say that the dog is driving the vehicle. But the officers have already seen this vehicle driving, and now you're going to say that the cat or the dog, is driving the vehicle. That's clearly unreasonable. Now, I don't know. This guy's drunk. They're already saying here the suspect threatens cops with judo and deli meat. Okay, so the guy's clearly out of it. He's hammered. So I don't know if he's thinking about he's probably not thinking about reasonable doubt or anything. Or what's reasonable to him at that particular time is not necessarily reasonable to somebody in their proper state of mind. All right, but where this could maybe help out is if your car is parked. Now, I've had a case that I won. It's a remote part of New Mexico, up in Santa Fe County. Had a client who it was snowing out. I think it was a holiday time, New Year's or something like that, and her car was parked. Okay, by a convenience store. Officers found her, arrested her, saying she was drunk. I mean, I guess they were probably initially doing a service call or whatever, help her to see if she was safe. But welfare call, as they call it, but checking on her welfare, and then they decided, okay, she's drunk, she's in a car, let's arrest her. The circumstantial argument that officers of the state may make is that she had to have gotten there somehow, so circumstantially she was drunk, and if she's in the car, she was probably going to continue driving that somewhere else because she's just in a parking lot. But a lot of times people may just be sleeping in their car. I know in a lot of states, that in a lot of places people actually use, maybe because the rents are high or whatever, they're homeless or whatever, they actually use their vehicle, they will actually sleep in their car. Okay, that happens. Some people don't understand that, but that does happen where people use their vehicle as almost like a residence. Does that mean that they have an intent to drive or that they were driving? No. Or you may have run out of gas, or something could be going on with the vehicle, or if there's a big snowstorm out, maybe the car is parked there. Okay. If you got a convenience store that sells liquor close by, or you got bottles of alcohol in your trunk, it's very plausible somebody's like, okay, forget this. I'm not going anywhere now. I'm just going to drink and pass out in my vehicle. Okay, and definitely at that point they probably don't have the intent to drive away at that point while they're intoxicated. So that's clearly a reasonable argument. And there is case law in New Mexico, and I'm sure there's case law in other states. I know there are a few states, but I probably in most every state there is case law similar to this, where if you're not in actual or physical control of a vehicle, there's several factors that you got to analyze. But if you can prove those factors, then you can say that, okay, this person was not in any way in control of the vehicle, and cannot say that they were driving while intoxicated. Okay, so that can happen. All right. And if you have a dog or a cat or whatever, and they're sitting in in the driver's seat while you're just hanging out in another part of the car while this car is parked, that could help your argument. Okay. But if the officer's already seen you driving, or you're in the middle of the road and you flip seats with this dog, I don't care if you're driving a Tesla. Okay. Even those Teslas, they bug you every 20 seconds to put your hand on the wheel or whatever. And even if it's on complete autopilot, I mean, so you still got to, somebody per the NTSB, I guess, you got, somebody has to be considered in control of that vehicle as far as setting it on autopilot and all of that. And it's not reasonable to say your dog or cat is controlling that Tesla or any other sort of self-driving vehicle. I think they say the closest to a self-driving vehicle right now is Tesla. How accurate that is, I don't think that's accurate, actually, but that's what they say. But again, somebody needs to be in control of that vehicle. It is not reasonable to say that a dog or a cat is driving the vehicle on planet Earth. Okay? Made it simple this week. Have a great weekend, everybody. Thank you.